What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video we are going to take a look at this 2020 Nissan GTR 50th anniversary. Huge shout out and thank you to Foreign Cars Charlotte for providing this 2020 GTR for today's video. They have a huge selection of pre-owned exotics and supercars and an amazing selection of brand new Aston Martins, Bentleys, Maseratis, and Alfa Romeos, so definitely check them out. So this is the 50th anniversary car, very special spec. Let's get into it. And the model that we're looking at today is finished off in Bayside Blue and had an original MSRP around $124,000. Underneath the hood, this utilizes a 3.8 liter twin turbocharged 6-cylinder engine. This cranks out 565 horsepower and 467 pound-feet of torque. The engine is only paired to the 6-speed rear-mounted transaxle and sends the power to all four wheels through the Atessa all-wheel drive system. And with a curb weight around 3,900 pounds, you can expect to get 0 to 60 in 2.9 seconds with a top speed at 196 miles an hour. And all running off a 19.5 gallon fuel tank, you can expect to get 16 miles per gallon in the city and 22 out on the highway. The overall length is 185.4 inches with a wheelbase at 109.4. The width is 74.6 with a height of 53.9 inches. And then the overall coefficient of drag is 0.26. The Nissan GTR features a set of two-piece ventilated and drilled rotors in all four corners. They measure 15.3 inches up front with 15 inches in the rear, and we get 6-piston Brembo brake calipers up front and 4 pistons in the rear. This is the second generation R35 Nissan GTR. There's a lot more sculpture and sharp lines to it compared to the previous generation R35s, especially with this 50th anniversary finished off in the famous Bayside Blue. You can really see all the lines come to life. On the front end, we have a gloss black lower splitter as well as a gloss black center portion in the grille. You'll see 4 parking sensors up front and really large openings in the grille to allow maximum cooling to the front mounted intercooler as well as the radiators and intake ducts. On each side of the front bumper, there's also LED fog lights with some silver trim around them. We get the GTR logo right in the center with the silver trim piece around that. This has LED headlights with LED daytime running lights finished off in a very cool lightning bolt design. And then all of those designs flow to the hood really well. You can see the gloss white vinyl decal on the hood for the 50th anniversary package, as well as gloss black trim for the hood ducts. And then there's sharp lines around the hood to flow nicely to the bumper and really help give the front end a wide and mean appearance. And then as we make our way to the side profile of the 50th anniversary Nissan GTR, this has a set of 20-inch wheels finished off in a two-tone gloss black machine silver. And if you look carefully, the machine silver actually has a blue tint on it to match very well to the paintwork. You can also see the brake calipers finish off in this orange color. We have an aggressive bulge around the front wheel arch to really emphasize the width of the front end. You also get a functional vent behind the front tire as well as a GTR emblem. There's a gloss black lower side skirt and then a really sharp body line going from the GTR logo through the door panel and all the way through the side profile of the car. You have flush mounted door handles to really help give this a sleek and aerodynamic design, and the whole side profile has great proportions all around and really balances out the design. And as we make our way to the rear end of this 50th anniversary, you can see how all the lines flow to this rear bumper. We even have another functional vent in the lower portion of the side part of the bumper. And then this car features a titanium exhaust. You'll notice the blue exhaust tips. They have a really aggressive and cool design to them. And then we have gloss black trim along the rear as well as a carbon fiber rear diffuser. There's a lot of mesh back here in openings to allow cooling from this exhaust. There's also 4 parking sensors mounted in the rear as well as a backup camera. And then right in the center, you'll see 50th anniversary spelled out along with the GTR badge on the right side with another 50th anniversary badge. And then we have the traditional Nissan Skyline taillights with 4 round LED rings to really tie in the heritage that's in this vehicle. And then finishing it all up, we have a trunk mounted spoiler finished off in the Bayside Blue. So there's a good look at the 50th anniversary Nissan GTR finished off in Bayside Blue. I love this color. This is the best color for the GTR. Of course, it made famous on the R34 Nissan Skyline, and seeing it on the R35, this is a beautiful, beautiful car. So now we have the Nissan GTR key fob. Let's go ahead and check out this interior. The door handles take a little bit getting used to. They are that flush design. We do have a button we can lock and unlock the vehicle, but all you have to do is push your thumb into the one side and then you can easily open up the door and we can check out this very nice interior. The 50th anniversary Nissan GTR has this beautiful gray two-tone leather interior. This is all part of the handcrafted interior that you can see on the upgraded interior packages for 2020. If we go ahead and start up with the door panel, we have this beautiful two-tone design. You can see this gray leather to it with all nice stitchings all throughout it. We also have a really nice pad for your armrest and a really solid grab handle as well. We have your 2 window controls as well as lock and unlock. Then a little bit of storage down below with the Bose audio system. There's even a bluish gray piece on the top portion. And then if we make our way inside, we have GTR on the door sill finished off in metal. And then we have GTR on these carpeted floor mats. Then moving to these actual seats, they have an absolutely amazing design to them. I love all the stitching to it, and this gray color has a very natural coloring to it. It really looks and feels like high quality leather. We even have the perforated design around the whole outsides. And then on the side of the seat, we have your heated seat button, as well as some of the power controls. And then this single knob right here actually does pretty much all the controls for the seat. And then moving our way up the seat, you can see more of the stitching to it, really nice bolsters to it, as well as some cutouts for added seat belts. We even get 50th anniversary embossed into the leather up top, just that nice subtle design. All single piece backs, which have a really sporty design to it. And then if we flip around, we have the matching gray leather along the steering wheel, as well as the airbag cover. And then we get GTR written out right in the center. And then now inside the GTR, keeping my foot on the brake, we can go ahead and fire it up. The twin turbo engine roars to life. You can also see the carbon fiber around the center gauges, as well as a 50th anniversary logo. On the right side of the gauges, we have the engine temperature and fuel, as well as the gear. And then we have your tach right in the center, as well as the speedometer over on the left side. And toggling the square button over on the right side, we can go through many different settings within the center screen. You can see your instant fuel, as well as your digital speedometer. We have your MPG, trip information, range, and other information like that. And then if we take a look at the steering wheel now, it has a really nice 3-spoke layout. On the left side, we have a lot of the audio controls, and then moving to the right side, we have a lot of the cruise control settings. On the back side of the steering wheel, this does have steering wheel mounted paddle shifters. They have a really nice fit and finish to them and a really good feel. We have your headlights and turn signals on the left, and then all of your wiper blades are over on the right side stock. And then on the left side of the steering wheel down below, we have a slot for your key fob in case it dies, as well as a parking sensor button and the trunk release. And then right above that, we have all of your mirror controls to fold them in and out and to adjust them. There's more gray leather around that, as well as one of the vents on the left side. There's black leather along the entire dashboard with more of the stitching. And then right in the center, we have another part of the audio system from Bose, and then more leather on the entire dashboard, even on the airbag. And I love how we get the two-tone coloring on the right side of the dash. Right in the center, we have the touchscreen display system for the infotainment and backup camera. We can tap this menu button on this left side to get to your main menu. You can easily scroll over. We do have Apple CarPlay and things like that on the screen. And then in the bottom, we can tap the settings icon, go through a few of them, back to your navigation, all of those settings, the actual map, your menu button as well is right in the center. Then we have info, audio, and then your phone. And then on the right side, if we tap function, this is where all of your performance gauges come up, really unique for the R35. We have a large boost gauge as well as pressure, and you can configure all of these. You can have different layouts. I really like how everything is set up so you can monitor pretty much everything within the car. You even have a brake and accelerator. You can see if I hit the brakes or hit the gas pedal, the percentage change. So really nice to see that with the GTR. We also have volume on the left, tuning and scroll over on the right. Then if I put the vehicle into reverse, the backup camera will automatically come up. You have some guidelines on it and of course the parking sensors. Below the center screen, we have some of your climate vents. With all of your climate controls right below this, you can easily turn it on and off. You have your fan speed, your different modes and zones. Dual zone climate control can very easily adjust everything. Defrost on the left, and then recircs over on the right side. And then these three toggles right here are the drive modes. We have a transmission, suspension, and your traction. For transmission, if we put this down into save mode, this is a very conservative driving mode, very good for snow. It limits throttle response. Your normal mode, and then when it's up into race mode, you do have to hold it up for about 2 seconds. This is where the transmission is going to shift extremely sharp, very quick. And then suspension, we have a comfort mode, a normal mode, and then a very stiff mode for your race mode. And then for traction control, it can be completely off in the normal setting or in race mode where it'll allow some slip and great for the track. Behind all that, we have the engine start stop button. You can see some dry carbon fiber following along this entire center piece. Has a beautiful design to it. You have your actual shifter right here finished off in gray leather and a thumb trigger to actually go into different gears. We can go into a manual mode where you can shift using the steering wheel mounted paddle shifters, then pushing it all the way back up into park. Then you have a 50th anniversary badge right in the center. Then some toggles right here. We can hit your menu button and that controls the center screen. So I like how you do have some different shortcuts for everything that's on this navigation screen. And then behind that, we have two cup holders with a piece that can close to give it a nice clean look. And then a manual parking brake on the right side with a leather boot. And then more gray leather right in the center. Opening this up, we can fit a few cell phones in here. You do have some USB ports. And then over on this right side, we can open up the glove box. Opens this up. You have a good amount of space in here as you would expect in a normal car. And then one last look at the overall interior. Has a beautiful design. The gray leather really stands out, looks extremely premium, and then the back seats even match with the same stitching. And then if we make our way to the headliner part of the 50th anniversary, this has a full Alcantara headliner, has a beautiful design. We even get diamond stitching all in the center, which really makes this car stand out and look extremely premium. And then up in the front, we have all of your dome lights, as well as a sunglass holder, and then you can turn the dome lights on and off with the door. So now we're gonna go ahead and jump into the rear seats of the GTR. Now I actually own a 2014 GTR and I have used the back seats for people. It is a very usable car, even with this crazy performance and the supercar aspects that is an R35, but it does have back seats that work. So now, not to say they're the best back seats, but I'm gonna hop in and wiggle my way back. I am 5'11" for reference. I do have the driver's seat set a few inches farther forward than where I would normally sit. As you can see, my head is a little crooked. It's not the worst back here. I do have some knee room. They kind of go around the actual seat and it does work. As a driver, you have to sit a few inches farther forward than normal, but the back seats are great for children or people under 5'5". It's not too bad, and for a supercar, it's pretty usable. We also do have two big subwoofer speakers right in the center, and the windows and glass do make it nice and airy back here, so it's actually not too bad for what it is. And now onto the trunk space. You can use the button on the key fob, the one on the interior, or there actually is one right here in the center. It pops open the trunk. We can lift this up. This is a very usable trunk. I have had mine loaded up with groceries. I've even moved homes and had this thing loaded up with storage and things like that. So for the shape of the car, it is very usable. The back seats do not fold down, but you do have quite a lot of space. It is very deep in here as well. And the opening is also big enough for large items. All right, so we are in the 2020 Nissan GTR 50th anniversary. By far, this is my favorite R35. So I own a 2014 premium model, which this car is based off of the premium. It's not based off of the track or a Nismo or anything like that. But I love the premium because the seats are so comfortable. I've driven the black editions and track edition as well. And the premium is just so comfortable. I've daily driven mine for about a year and a half. I've owned it for 3 years now. And it's a car you can genuinely daily drive. Now the 2020, noticeably already, this is very smooth compared to my car. You can feel how it just is much more smooth. The transmission is not as clunky as mine. It's a little bit quieter in here. Of course, mine is full bolt-ons and modified, but yeah, driving it, it's definitely more comfortable and quiet. The steering is a little bit easier and just a lot smoother. The interior is beautiful on this car. The headliner finished in Alcantara. I mean, it's something you'd find in a Lamborghini. It is absolutely amazing, especially with the stitching. And then this upper gray color kind of has a blue tint to it than the gray everywhere else. This is absolutely a premium looking vehicle, well deserving of a 6-figure price tag. And on the carbon fiber, I mean, this is just a stunning car to be inside of. The Bayside Blue, I'm pretty sure we can all agree, is the best color on any type of GTR. But slowly driving it around now, I'm going to put into comfort mode suspension. That does a huge thing. I drive mine in comfort mode 90% of the time just because it takes the edge off. The GTR is such a solid supercar. The way it's designed, this is a car for the racetrack. But when it's in comfort mode, it takes the edge off the bumps and it turns it into a very comfortable car that anybody can drive. You know, you can drive it long distances, highway cruising and things like that, and it's going to absorb the bumps really nicely. Well, bump it into manual and take control of it. These shifts are lightning quick, dual clutch transmission. And in race mode, it hits just like that. Every gear change, bam, you're into the next gear. When you're in the normal mode, it's noticeably a little bit slower. Same for downshifts as well. We'll leave it into race mode for right now. Just getting up and going, you can feel the clutches engaging. Get into second gear. Wow. That is a lot smoother than my car. Wow, that's crazy. It is very linear feeling, at least compared to mine. You hear a little bit more noises than my car did stock too. Wow. It's just nuts how responsive this car is. And this is bone stock, you know, half throttling it, nothing too crazy. Being a very new car with only 1,800 miles on it. But it's stunning, just even in a bone stock form, how powerful the GTRs are. They really put you back in your seat. Launch control is fantastic in this car as well. So we'll just go back into just automatic conservative modes. So this interior layout is a little bit different than mine. I like this screen. It's a little bit more modern looking. Looks bigger as well. I think the screen's about the same size, but using it with touchscreen or using all these shortcut buttons does make it very simple and easy to use. And then all the buttons down here for air conditioning are equally as simple. So I like how the GTR is that old school feeling. There's nothing crazy about the interior. There's not a million buttons, screens, and all this sort of technology that's all configurable. It's very simple and basic, which is something I love about it. It's very user-friendly as well. And then for normal driving, the visibility is fantastic. I've never had an issue with my car. Windshield's really large. You can see the hood too, so you can know where the car is. The side mirrors do a great job looking over, and then looking over your left and right shoulders. There's not really any blind spots. The seat pillar on your right side is a little big, but with the mirror adjusted correctly, you really have no issues, and the rearview mirror looks good too. This is awesome. In fact, comment down below, should I trade in my car for this car? Because honestly, the GTRs have held value so well, and that's one other reason why I love these cars. My car, I paid 67 grand for it 3 years ago, and even with the mileage I have now, I can still sell it for the same price. And that is an awesome thing. And with this car being a low $100,000 range, it's a little bit cheaper than when it was brand new. I mean, I love the GTRs. Where was I going with that? It's a little bit cheaper than it was brand new. This car, buying it for that low 110 or something like that, it's still going to be worth that, especially being the anniversary car. This is a very special car. We have geese crossing now, so I guess we're going to chill out with the GTR for a second. But it's a car that's going to hold its value very well, and I could easily get into this one knowing that I didn't lose any money on my old car, and probably not going to really lose any money on this car. But this is a beautiful place to be. I absolutely love it. I can't say enough good things about it. I love it. But as far as Nissan GTR ownership, driving this 2020, it's a great car. It can do everything. I have been in the snow with my car. I've done grocery trips in it. I've had people in the back. I've daily driven it. I've taken it to the track, the mountains, the drag strip. I have done everything in that car. I've even driven it through a flooded city. In fact, this city right here, Charlotte. But the GTR is amazing. We have one more acceleration now that we're at a red light. But this is really nice. I love the improvements for the second generation R35. It seems like the refinements are here, the interior quality. I love mine, but this is just another step up, especially with leather on the entire dash and this headliner. Every single aspect of this car is very premium. All right, so one last acceleration to second gear. Oh man. And that was up to, wow, that was up to 50 without even thinking, shifting at 4,000 RPM. I mean, what can a GTR not do? The answer is nothing. It can do pretty much anything. But I think that's about it for the GTR, the 50th anniversary. A huge shout out and thank you to Foreign Cars Charlotte for providing this anniversary GTR for today's video. Check out their website. This car is available right now. It'll probably go really soon because of how cool it is. I'll have their website down in the description below. We'll do one more acceleration and call it a day. But if you enjoyed the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you like Nissan GTRs, consider subscribing. I have about 130 GTR videos of my own car. So if you like these, oh man. If you like these cars, consider subscribing. You probably like the channel. But that is it, guys. Give it a thumbs up, smash the subscribe button. I'll see you guys next video.